Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video today is going to be a little bit different than my regular videos. I'm usually only ripping packs on the channel, but I felt that it might not be a bad idea to talk about the investability of the Pokemon TCG, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm just going to kind of hop right into it. Um, Lost Origin. Lost Origin right now, if we take a look over here, is sitting at a pretty $172 per box. Now, the thing is, if we go to the Pokemon Center website, right now you can buy one booster box of Lost Origin for $143.64 after taxes. It's about $151 and it's enough money to qualify you for free shipping. So I think it's like 151 in the end. So you buy it for 151 on the Pokemon Center, and you already have a $21 value increase at the current 172 for the box. So just buying the box alone from the Pokemon Center gets you a return on the investment, which as soon as this sells out, which I think will be very soon, um, looking at everything else, I I give it another month maybe. At most, at the very most, I think Lost Origin has another month before it sells out completely on the Pokemon Center, at least for booster boxes. Other Lost Origin products might last a little bit longer than the booster boxes, but I have picked up some of these myself. I think that if you were looking to make a good investment right before it blows up, definitely get into Lost Origin. I highly, highly recommend buying a few boxes of this. Whether you buy, I don't know, I mean, you might only want to buy one box. You know, it really just depends on what your budget is. Everybody's got a different budget for the TCG or what they're willing to spend on the cards. But if you can buy a case, buy a case. If you can buy multiple cases, buy multiple cases because you're gonna see a big spike. It's already got a bit of a spike right now going on, but you will see a huge spike as soon as that goes, um, as that sells out on the Pokemon Center. So for our next box, we're gonna be talking about Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars is one of those ones where it's kind of like it's kind of up to you whether you want to invest in it or not. It's not something that you have to invest into because when you look at really investable sets, you're also kind of looking at the depth of those sets. So all the cards, not just the top cards. Like you have your Charizard alternate artwork in this set, of course, which is a big hitter. And then after that, everything kind of falls off really quickly. So it doesn't have a ton of depth or as much, nearly as much depth as something like Lost Origin, where you've got your Giratina alt art, your Aerodactyl alt art, and a bunch of different amazing cards in there. So while you can still get it, I mean, it's $161. It did have a good spike in the last couple days. It went up like 10 bucks, and then you could buy it. I think the low, let's see. At the low, you could buy it for 133. That was back in November, and now it's already gone up about $30. So this is one of those things where if you were thinking about it and you plan on holding it for a while, then you might pick up a couple boxes, maybe not even a full case, but just three of them to look pretty on the shelf until you sell them in, I don't know, 5 years when it's a $500, $600 box. So, yeah, we'll get a little bit more into Brilliant Stars in a different video with investing into singles because I feel like singles are almost gonna do you better than buying a whole box. Now, Chilling Reign, on the other hand, is almost getting to be too late to invest into, in my opinion. It really depends on what your budget is for investing. You might look at right now it's sitting at 191. You might look at the 191 price mark and think that that's not too high. You know, you might be totally fine with buying a case of a $200 booster box. I personally would not really invest into a set after it surpassed the $200 mark. You could have bought it a year ago for less than MSRP. No, not even a year ago. You could have bought it back in yeah, about a year ago. Year ago for less than MSRP. Even what 6 months ago, you could have gotten it at MSRP, and now it has almost reached $200. Um, so if you have the means to pick up one box or three boxes or a case, then do so. But it's not gonna be really worth buying tons of cases or like 20 boxes of it at this point. It would have been even like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. You would have been able to at 150, but 191, almost 200. If you have your boxes, you're doing pretty well. If you don't have any, maybe buy one or two if you have the funds. And this set does go deeper than a set like Brilliant Stars, so it is going to hold a price hike for longer than something like Brilliant Stars would. This will continue to go up for a lot longer than some other sets. Our next set is Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike is blowing up right now. It sold out, I want to say, about a month ago on the Pokemon Center. You were able to buy booster boxes up until about a month or two ago, I think, which is about when it started booming in March. It was just over MSRP at 160 at the very beginning of March, and it is now, at the time of recording, the last day of March, and it is $230. So that has gone up $70 in 1 month. So if you bought Fusion Strike at the beginning of the month, you're doing pretty well right now. You know, you picked up 1, 2, 3 boxes. You picked up a case. Really depends on your budget. Maybe you picked up 20 boxes. Right now, $230. It's a risky buy. This is one of those sets where I would buy it with my budget. I would buy one box of Fusion Strike to keep in my collection. Maybe a couple boxes if I can afford it, like 2, 3, 4 boxes. But generally, I would just start out with one. But if your budget is a lot higher, maybe you buy a case of Fusion Strike right now. While it is a little bit too late, it's not too late. You'll see it continue to go up. Probably within the next couple of years, it's gonna go, I'd say, about to where Evolving Skies is right now, which is what we're gonna get into. Evolving Skies, I would not say is investable right now. Do not go and buy a box of Evolving Skies. I don't think it's a good idea. It is on a price hike right now. It's still going up every single day. But if you bought it 1 year ago, you could have, 1 year ago, you'd be almost double right now. Just under 400 1 year ago, and then now in the last month, it has gone up $100. So even if you bought one at 550 at the very beginning of March, you would have actually more than $100. It's 678. So that's $128 or 126. $126 in a month that your box increased. So if this is one of those things where if you have the budget for it, if you have the money and you've been thinking about it and you just weren't really sure, go for it. You know, have a little bit of fun with your investing. Buy one box of Evolving Skies, buy three. Buy a case if you have 3 grand. Otherwise, do not buy a case because 3 grand is a lot of money, which you could invest into something like Lost Origin and get a lot of increase on that. Because you could buy a lot more than one case of Lost Origin for 3 grand. So Evolving Skies I would not consider to be investable unless you really do have the money for it and you want to have it for the collection. But otherwise, if you wanted it, your time was a year ago or even a month ago if you really wanted to, because then you'd be up already. Our next product is actually a card. I think the last two are gonna be singles. So the Giratina V Alt Art. This is also not quite too late to pick up. It has been on a downtrend for this past year, but it is going up again. So about 1 month ago, March has just been up for almost all Pokemon products have been going up this month. At the beginning of March, you could have picked up the Giratina V Alt Art for $261. It is now up to $281, so that's a $20 price increase in the last month. So this card, I think it's going to hold. I think it's going to hold its worth. Not necessarily its value, but it's going to keep going up. So in maybe 3 years' time, this could be a $500 Pokemon card. So this is kind of similar to the Evolving Skies booster box. If you have the money to pick up a Giratina V Alt Art, then go ahead, pick one up. Have some fun. Get it graded if you want to, or buy one graded for $450, I think. Or put it in a hard sleeve and set it on your shelf, or put it in your binder, wherever you want to put it. It's a gorgeous card. Display it, and then in a few years it'll be worth more. But otherwise, if it's out of your budget, then it's not something you should try to go out of your way to pick up. Our final product is the Aerodactyl V alternate artwork. I have pulled 2 of these. I haven't bought any of them, but I have pulled 2. Right now, this card has been going down. It started off at last year, around this time of year, at $126. It has since then decreased. It went down to a low of 82, and right now it is back up to 88. So I think this card is a gorgeous card. I got rid of one of them, sold it, but I still have one copy, and it is a gorgeous card. It looks great in the binder. It looks great on the shelf. It's under $100, and the prices are kind of all over the place. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, but it is from Lost Origin. And like I was saying earlier, Lost Origin probably only has maybe a month or so, maybe a little longer, I could be wrong, but about a month left in the Pokemon Center before it will likely sell out, considering that booster boxes are still MSRP, but they are $170 on the market, so people are going to turn to the Pokemon Center. So as soon as that sells out, all the cards inside of it, including the Giratina, are going to go up in value, because you won't be able to get it for as cheap. You won't be able to pull it for as cheap. So I think that if you're buying singles and you're trying to invest into alternate art Vs, the Aerodactyl is a really good pickup, because right now it's not at its lowest, but it is low enough to where you buy it now and Lost Origin sells out in a month. In 3 months, it's going to be back up over $100. Almost certainly. Maybe not quite, but it'll definitely be up there. It could be $150. It's always hard to tell with these cards, but especially with it moving around so much. But generally, there's a good chance that it will go up that high. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I'm going to try to do these types of videos more often, maybe once a week, and then do like one big monthly video for what you should invest into that month. I think my next video, this was all Sword and Shield product. My next video, I'm going to focus on Scarlet and Violet product, and then so on and so forth. So let me know down in the comments if you guys like this kind of content, and if you're kind of getting into the Pokemon investing. I've been getting more and more into it recently because I'm realizing it's a very expensive hobby, and if I want to keep up with the hobby, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of investing to continue ripping packs, because it is getting expensive, especially with the Scarlet and Violet MSRP increases, which does hurt the wallet. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.